daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder, whether you're purchasing or refinancing. Call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your four-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and the Skinner Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sager Field as we get you set for Jefferson and Musselman, West Virginia High School baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Trip Tobin and Spencer Dupuis. Donald Kinney on camera, and back in the studio is Avery Newport. It's an EPAC matchup between these two teams. Last game did not go as expected. Musselman dropped that one 14-0 to Jefferson. Since then, though, the Applemen have only lost 4 games since then, and Jefferson continues to have success, but it sets up for an intriguing matchup as we get closer to the playoffs, and both these teams are looking to separate themselves. Obviously, Jefferson has stood out all year, but Musselman looking for a big win.
Yeah, I mean, Musselman, you look at Musselman's schedule tonight, and then you look at the rest of the week they got to play, I believe, Stonebridge, and
Stonebridge out of Northern Virginia, big-time school. They've won a few Class 5A state championships there. I used to know their head coach, their old head coach.
So if they can make a showing here tonight, make a showing against a very quality Virginia team up there, which doesn't do well for you in your state standings, as far as as far as the state. Your rankings there, but it does do well because when these coaches start to vote. But then you have Musselman playing Martinsburg on Friday, and you have the sectional vote on Tuesday. So these games are going to be very fresh in the voters' minds, and so they're very important. Sometimes say, well, it's just a game everybody makes the playoffs, but it's very important to get those seeds, to get those home games. And so you're going to see the excitement start to ramp up. I'm very excited about this week. Teams come back from Myrtle Beach, and everybody seems to be happy and enjoyed themselves down there. The EPAC teams that went down there, made a very good showing, I thought, and it's going to be excited to see them. You hate that in baseball only one team gets to go to state here out of the EPAC, and I believe that at least two teams a year could compete down there. It seems like.
Yeah, definitely, and talking about the coaches vote and everything, we saw it in basketball with the recency factor, and obviously that could come true next week with in terms of baseball.
Musselman coming off of a big win. You want to talk about recent, a 12-0 win over Hedgesville last night. Hedgesville seems to be going in the wrong direction as of late, which could help the Appleman case moving forward for where they should be ranked. And on the Jefferson side of things, the Cougars also got a win last night. And making his first start of the season is Griffin Horowitz today. He's been a reliever all year. He's done a great job as a reliever, but he threw 80 pitches in one of the games down there at Myrtle Beach, so they've been kind of ramping him up, and he's going to start tonight.
He's definitely a quality, pitcher. I think when you say that tonight's his first start, just shows the depth in the staff and the ability of Ken Cross in that group over there to prep these guys and have them ready for sectionals and keep these arms, healthy. And they're going to need Griffin, of course, in the sectionals. And so tonight is going to be, like you say, his first start. But that just goes to show you also how important, this game is to Jefferson as well. Jefferson can't slip here with Washington. Have already beaten them once, and so Jefferson can't slip up, and they can find themselves, quickly in the 2 spot in the section, regardless of their ranking in the state.
On the other side, Baden Hartman gets the start for the Applemen, so both teams throwing out quality pitchers tonight, and it should be a good game.
Yeah, it definitely should be a good game. And, you look back last night for Musselman, Dylan Stevens didn't allow a run. I believe he went the 5 innings there. He went 5 innings, only allowing 2 hits, no runs, none earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts, all on just 67 pitches.
He's been throwing really, really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's been key to the Musselman's kind of turnaround. Even though they had a good record at the time, the 14-0 loss, that game was really due to pitching early on in the game. Got down 7-0, I believe it was, in the first inning. So we'll see how it goes tonight. We'll take our first 3-minute break. On the other side of the break, we'll hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
We welcome you back on the Cody's Body Shop countdown to countdown to first pitch. Brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. We'll now hear from the team's head coaches. We'll start with the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, John Lowry Sr. Now joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, John Lowry Sr. Coach, coming off a win yesterday, you're back at it today against an EPAC team. What did you take away from the game yesterday, and how's it feel to be back in conference play?
Well, yesterday I'm sure I thought we were a little lax at the beginning. As the game went on, I thought our energy picked up a little bit. Of course, it's been a busy week last week and the trip back over the weekend. Certainly glad to be back out on the field playing. We're fortunate to be able to get these games in. I know the night not necessarily going to be in ideal conditions with the rain having come through, but in reality, if you look at our field, the moisture probably helped the dirt part of the infield a little bit because it was getting pretty dry. So we're looking forward. I know it's a conference game. Musselman has a good team. They had a big win last night versus Hedgesville, so we know we're going to have our hands full tonight.
You mentioned Musselman. Last time you guys were able to beat them, run rule in 14-0, but really since that game, it seems like they've turned it around and played really good baseball as of late. So what do you think's kind of changed for them since that game?
Well, I think just the rhythm of playing, getting out and playing, you get your confidence. That last game we kind of got ahead early, and I'm sure they had other games around it to where after the game seemed to kind of get out of hand, with the pitching options and choices and so forth as the game progressed, that allowed maybe the score to get a little wider than it would have been normally. But they've had some quality wins. They beat Washington. They got a couple of good guys, a couple of great arms on the mound. In high school baseball, that's the name of the game, really, it's pitching. That's the reason you see such a disparity in scores between one time a team plays it and then another, because it's a different pitcher and it changes the whole complexion of the game.
So what are you going to need out of your team tonight to get the win?
Well, we just got to keep playing. You got to do the things that give you a chance to win every night. You got to pitch and you got to play defense, and hopefully that when the breaks come, we can take advantage of them. Hustle on the base paths, take advantage of the free base game, the balls in the dirt, things of that nature. And just get a bunt down if we need to. Just execution, yeah. Baseball a lot of times is not a game that you win, it's a game that you lose by making mistakes that kill yourself, and we want to try to minimize that. And if Musselman makes some mistakes, we want to be able to take advantage of those.
I want to ask you a little bit about Griffin Horowitz and his play as of late, just at the bat and on the mound for you as well. What do you think that's really brought to your team?
Well, Griff, he started for us last year, Finn, we call him, and he's done a great job for us. He hits right in the middle of the lineup, 3-4. He's batted second a couple times as we're trying to, adjust our lineup. He's been very valuable to us on the mound, coming in and closing games out. I think he's won 5 games doing that, and I think he saved 3 or 4 others. Tonight's going to be his first start. With tournament coming up, certainly he's a quality arm, and we want to get him out there and see if he can go deep into the game. Actually, down at Myrtle last week, against Waccamaw, he came in the 3rd inning and finished that game out. So he was extended to about 80 pitches that game. So he works hard. He's great physical shape, and we're just glad to have him on our side.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar & Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Now joined by the head coach of the Musselman Appleman, Josh Hartman. Coach, last time you guys played Jefferson, it obviously didn't go your way. You lost 14-0, but it really seems like your team has played good baseball since that loss. What do you think has kind of turned around for you guys as of late?
Honestly, you're starting pitching. If your starting pitching gets you in through the 5th or 6th inning, then you're usually in most ball games. Last time we played these guys, first inning was kind of rough, and that's in the past. And if we get that starting pitching in tonight and have our bats going, I think we'll be all right towards the end of the game.
What are you looking for then, besides the pitching? Is there anything else, I guess, that you want to see out of the team in this matchup that you didn't see last time?
Hitting 1 through 9. I don't think we had that many hits last time against them as well. So if we could get our hits 1 through 9 in the order, I think we'll be okay.
Been a while, obviously, since we've seen your team. So obviously you're able to get some good wins. Who has kind of stood out recently for you guys?
I mean, you always think about the last game you played, I guess. Headsville last night was a good one. It was a good ball game through the first couple innings. Thought it was going to be pitcher's duel. We kind of opened up there in the 3rd inning, and hopefully you just carry the momentum from the previous game on to the next.
You guys were able to sweep Hedgesville on this season, and we talked about in the preseason, you guys potentially trying to be a surprise team in this conference, and it seems like at least record-wise, you'll end up with probably a winning record this year and have made a lot of strides from last year this year. So what's it like, I guess, to be kind of in a position where you expected the guys to be at this point in the year?
I mean, you go out every game you play, you want to give yourself an opportunity to have success at the end, and these guys have done an opportunity, have done that throughout the year, and then hopefully we have an opportunity to do that again tonight. And when sectional seedings come out, hopefully we've given ourselves an opportunity to host home games. So that's kind of what we're shooting for now, is to get those home games in the sectionals.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight. Anything else you want to add?
That's it. You guys have a good broadcast. Enjoy watching.
All right, thank you again. We will take a 2-minute break on the other, or 3-minute break on the other side of that break. We will continue to break things down. This is the Cody's Body Shop. Countdown the first pitch, and those were your coaches' interviews brought to you by Laddie's Bar & Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you're looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When it comes to breast cancer, early detection is the key. During the month of May, WVU Medicine will offer 3D mammogram screening clinics to women 40 and older on select weekdays at our Spring Mills Women's Imaging Center and our Jefferson Women's Imaging Center for just $60. This discount fee helps patients who haven't met their deductible, whose insurance doesn't include one with an annual exam, and for those with no insurance. Schedule your 3D mammogram today. Call WVU Medicine at 1-844-802-2734, option 2.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, The Heffley Motor Company, The Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. Nick Verzoli, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuy. Happy to have you with us. We'll get into now the Trips Flooring starting lineups. Brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust for your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Trip, you want to start with the visitors, Musselman, and then move over to Jefferson?
Sure. So tonight leading off for Musselman playing center field, number 14, Kyle Lohr. Batting second, doing the pitching tonight, number 13, Baden Hartman. Playing first base and batting third, number 8, Jason Myers. In a cleanup position, playing left field, number 1, Jacob Miller. Over at third base in the 5-hole, number 11, Dylan Stevens. Doing the catching tonight in the 6-hole, the only freshman in the lineup for Musselman, Taryn Boyles. Playing second base, number 4, Trenton Wolf in the 7 spot. Doing your DHing tonight, number 31, Jackson Shockey. And playing right field and rounding out the order, number 3, Trevor Bohr. And being DH4 and playing shortstop tonight is Cohen Rutherford. On the Jefferson side, leading off is number 9, Connor Bailey, playing right field. In the 2 spot, we got the catcher, number 4, Ryan Hefner. Doing the pitching tonight and batting third, number 8, Griffin Horowitz. In the cleanup position, 22, playing first base, Sammy Roberts. Doing the DHing tonight in the 5-hole, number 26, Noah Carter. Have in the 7-hole, number 18, J.J. Pavanelli, playing third base. In the 8 spot, your second baseman, number 16, Josh Cienfuegos. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 3, Kellen Kensler. And your left fielder tonight for Jefferson is number 50, Matt Vickers.
All right, thank you, Tripp. And we're just about ready to get started for first pitch.
James Franklin behind the plate. Travis Hovermail on the bases tonight.
We get you ready for first pitch. First pitch from Horowitz is hit on the ground toward first. Roberts scoops it up, and he'll step on the bank for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away.
The ball stayed on the ground there for Roberts, and right there at the end, she took a pretty good hop and came up about chest high, if not more, right in the glove there. But Kyle Lohr doing a good job of running that out as hard as he could. And 1 pitch, 1 out.
First pitch brought to you by.
Oh, Hartman's
I don't have the reader in front of me.
Do you not have it over there?
That must be from
I
Trips
don't have it over
Flooring.
here.
Yeah, you do.
First pitch brought to you by Trips Flooring.
First pitch brought to you.
It's brought to you by the Mortgage Center.
The Mortgage Center.
So the second pitch of the ball game hits him in the back.
Where's the? You have it, Nick. I gave you my.
It's right in front of me. You know that, Spencer? It is right in front of me. But first pitch is brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. One call will save you thousands. Call 304-267-9040. 0-1 count.
Runner on first now.
And a runner on first base for the Applemen with one out.
Hartman took one in the shoulder there on the very first pitch he saw.
Runner takes off. The catcher, Hefner, has a hard time controlling the baseball, then slips down. And it is wet tonight on the field. It's rained pretty much all day. I was hearing some fans that they said that it didn't really rain as much here in Shenandoah Junction as it might have been Martinsburg or some other areas around the eastern Panhandle, especially here at the school. The field, though, looks to be in good condition despite all the rain that we know has at least been around the area.
That transition from the catcher's glove to his hand just got away from him, and not so sure he couldn't have gotten two bases out of that.
1 ball, now 2 strikes as the next pitch is in there for strike 2. 1-2, 1 away here for the Applemen with Myers at the plate. No score, first inning, things just getting started. The next pitch from Horowitz has popped up into shallow right. Bailey chasing after it and will make the play for out number 2. And the runner will be forced to stay at second base at Hartman.
Fastball got up and in there. Right-handed in the right-hander's batter's box. He did get a barrel on it, but straight up in the air and behind Cienfuegos and out into right field. Jefferson this whole year hadn't had many balls drop in that outfield if they weren't sharp base hits. Just an incredible speed in that outfield.
And they've been able to use a lot of different guys in the field for him, as that one is in there for a strike.
Curveball. I think what Musselman's saying here is, we're going to come down, we're going to be the aggressor. You kind of like that number 1 team in the state. He come out in the second pitch there. Hartman takes off and challenges him, to throw him out.
0-1 count, 2 away. Horowitz steps off and looks back the runner down there at second. No score. Musselman with a runner on second base and Miller at the plate. The left fielder, and Miller fouls that one away to bring the count to no balls and 2 strikes.
We've seen Griffin come in, change that arm angle. Something that a batter has to be aware of. He doesn't do it often, but when he does do it, sometimes it's a surprise tactic.
Jacob Miller with a big swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Applemen will strand one on second base. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Jefferson coming to the plate. It's West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. No score between Musselman and Jefferson. Nick Verzolini, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis, happy to have you with us. Connor Bailey will lead things off for the Cougars. It will be Bailey, Hefner, and then Rutherford to lead things off for Jefferson.
You see Baden Hartman on the mound, a little bit of a different throwing style, and he
the wrong player there.
He kind of has the catcher's kind of throw where he brings it up, gets it in behind his ear, then he comes through with it. So got a little crossbody slider curve there. So it's going to be interesting to see, how Jefferson reacts to that. They haven't seen Maiden this year much. So, then we have the catcher here behind the plate is the freshman Tanner Boyles, and he's going to have a big day, a big job ahead of him today, trying to keep that speed at bay. But like I said earlier, I do like the fact that Musselman came out, took that hit by a pitch and took off, found the read, took off, and stole the base without a throw there. So, you can't come down here and play in fear, because if Jefferson smells blood in the water, they will attack.
So the first pitch from Hartman is right down the heart of the plate for strike number 1 on Connor Bailey, the right fielder.
I don't have the averages, but I'd have to believe that he's one of the best averages and on-base averages on the team. Him and Griffin, just from what I've seen.
Bailey hitting .386 on the season.
His on-base percentage?
Don't have that on the Max Prep stats.
Okay. But, yeah.
But if he's hitting .386, it's probably over 400, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 count. The pitch to Bailey in there for strike 2. 1-2 on Connor Bailey, the right fielder for the Cougars.
As you play Jefferson, you always wonder their attack scheme. Offensively, they're going to take some pitches. What's their book on this guy?
1-2 is slapped toward first, and step on the bank for out number 1 will Myers. So 1 away for the Cougars, and Hefner coming to the plate. Ryan Hefner, the number 2 hitter, catching today. Really, him and Bailey have held down the catcher position and done a nice job all season for the Cougars. Hefner batting .311 on the year, 10 RBIs, 4 doubles. And he takes that first pitch outside for ball 1.
You see Musselman's corners basically up, trying to take away any bunt for a base hit that Jefferson may have in mind. And just like Kyle Lord led off for Musselman, grounded out to the first baseman unassisted. Then we see Connor Bailey ground out. So they're playing batter for batter at the moment.
2-0 count on Hefner. Takes that one outside for ball number 3. So Hefner sitting on a 3-0 and looking to get the 1-out base runner on for the Jefferson Cougars. Hartman kicks the heels, delivers the 3-0, and that one's in there on the outside corner for strike number 1.
Get that point from James Franklin there, didn't we, Spencer?
Yeah, very.
Hey!
I don't know. I've seen a lot of different umpires do different things lately.
3-1 pitch. It's fouled away as Hefner just gets part of the bat on that baseball to keep himself now at a 3-ball, 2-strike count, or move the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The Jefferson staff's not going to be real happy with that swing on a 3-1 swing. He was looking for a pitch, and he kind of come unglued there and didn't get a good swing.
3-2 is hit towards second, but right there is Trenton Wolf for out number 2.
Yeah, he didn't really have to move much there. Just set the glove up, get it there.
Sam Wabnitz now coming to the plate. Wabnitz, the center fielder for the Jefferson Cougars, .377 hitter, 26 hits on the year, 25 RBIs, second on the team behind Griffin Horowitz, who follows him in the lineup. And it's a 1-0 count after the first pitch is missed for ball 1. So 1-0 pitch to Wabnitz. It's taken outside for ball 2.
James kind of thought about it. He stood up, getting ready to point that finger, but he went in and give us the 2-0 count. He was ready to get after it there.
2 balls, no strikes on Wabnitz. And that one right down the middle for strike 1.
So again, you're sitting at a 2-1 count. Jefferson hasn't had an aggressive swing this inning. I guess that could be multiple things, how their approach is or the ball moving around that he's throwing, but just seen Wabnitz take a pretty good hack there. That's probably the best swing of the inning we've seen so far. So, Jefferson kind of being patient there, but then has gotten themselves in good hitting count, but weren't able to capitalize on that.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Sam Wabnitz with 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, a Curveball got him looking for strike 3. So the Cougars go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the second inning. No score between Musselman and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Top of the second inning, no score between Jefferson and Musselman. Stevens, Boyles, Wolf due up for the Appleman. Griffin Horowitz on the mound for the Jefferson Cougars. Was able to get a ground out, give up 1 base runner on a hit by a pitch, and then a fly out and a strikeout for Horowitz in that first inning.
Stevens comes to the plate. You know, when you follow the Musselman baseball page, he's been sort of their player of the game multiple times here as of late. Started the season off a little slow, and he knows he needs to contribute, put a lot of pressure on himself, and he's starting to let the game come to him here. He's throwing the ball really well. He contributed really well on the mound early. Now he's starting to pick it up offensively and do what we know he's capable of doing.
First pitch to Stevens is high and outside for ball 1. Stevens a .333 hitter this season. 9 RBIs, 5 doubles. And awaits the 1-0 pitch. It's popped foul and out of play.
Yeah, we see some a little better aggressive hacks out of Musselman here than we see. And we've seen one pretty good swing out of Wabnitz that inning, Jefferson, but their approach that first inning was pretty patient, but weren't able to capitalize on some hitters' counts, like I said earlier.
The 1-1 misses low and away for ball 2. Musselman in the red jerseys with the green numbers, white outline, and green sleeves and gray pants. And then Jefferson in the home maroon uniforms with the gold numbers, gold letters, and white pants.
With maroon trim.
You've seen Griffin or Horowitz go to the sidearm there, and it got away from him.
The 2-1 hit into right field. Bailey is under it and caught it for out number 1. So Stevens goes down on the fly out, and Boyles, the freshman, coming to the plate, a guy that when we saw him play against Jefferson last time had some great plays defensively. Now he'll bat here in the 6th hole.
Hit a couple home runs, I believe, in Pendleton. Maybe Petersburg. I'm not sure, but he had a 2 home run game there. Really impressive by this young man this year. We've seen him, in the Hedgesville game up there. I watched him play and get a couple of base hits when he got inserted into the lineup. So certainly coming in and playing bigger than his years.
Fouls that pitch away to make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Boyles, the freshman, batting .321 this year. 17 hits, 16 RBIs, which is 3rd on the team behind Myers and Myers and Hartman.
And what it does do, when he comes in, he can contribute, and Coach Hartman can count on him to be offensive. He come in and catch. That allows Baden, of course, to go out and play the field and pitch. So that, not only does he contribute offensively, but the fact that he can go back there and catch a game, hold the runners down, and then also contribute offensively, that lets the athleticism of Baden get out on the field.
Be able to play multiple positions. So a 3-1 count, 1 away in the inning. Top of the 2nd. No score between Musselman and Jefferson here at Sager Field. And the 3-1 is low and outside for ball 4. So Boyles walks with 1 out. And Trenton Wolf, the second baseman, coming to the plate.
comes the Barry in the courtesy run for the catcher. Brought to you by Trips Flooring. If y'all ain't quick enough, I'll do it.
Our runners are courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. And a runner on first.
Spencer should have all those reads.
I mean, I can give them to Spencer.
Those are my reads because Nick doesn't have his.
I have mine. It's just these are laminated so they won't blow away. I wasn't sure what the wind was going to be like, so it has been raining, so I don't want to get mine wet.
The ball
gets away, and now the runner will advance down to second. Roberts tracks it down and keep him at second base. 0-1 count here on Wolf, 1 out.
Speaking of wet, maybe the hands are a little wet throwing that ball over there. Loses it a little bit.
Could be. I mean, generally the pitchers do, try to hit the grass now. So you see Griffin getting a fresh ball there from umpire James Franklin. So could be that dampness, and there's dampness in the air too. Sort of that way. But he's wiping them down and sending them back in. So Noah Carter's over there doing his job, keeping the balls wiped down. He's putting a little pan tar on it for Griffin, maybe.
The 0-1 pitch is
Don't speculate there, Trip.
slapped foul and out of play, so no balls, 2 strikes on Wolf.
We're not trying to get anybody in trouble with the SSAC.
A lot of gamemanship goes on. That's the great part about baseball.
Wolf has picked it up as of late as well. 341 hitter coming off a basketball season. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but hitting the ball well. 1-2 count on Wolf, runner on second base. 1 out for the Applemen. Top of the second inning, no score. The pitch to Wolf, swing and a miss, strike 3. Griffin Horowitz picks up the strikeout, swinging.
He threw that one right by him, swung on and missed it.
The catcher set up on the outside there. He hit that corner, and Trenton Wolf went after. Just a really tough pitch they hit there. So looking for a big 2-out base hit here from the DH Jackson Shockey to give Musselman the 1-0 lead.
Breaking ball misses inside for ball 1.
As I watch this game, and I think if you talk to Griffin, he's not comfortable with his curveball. It's not moving a lot. He broke down to the submarine side. He hasn't controlled that yet, so he's battling right now. Certainly doesn't have his best stuff by any means.
Throw back to second, a pretty good throw, but sliding in safely is the runner to make it now, or keep him at second base. 1-0 count, 2 outs.
I was going to say that looked a lot closer than it was very close.
Yeah, generally when you get that, that spin move there, that outside move, the runner, but it was a called play.
That one hits that outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shockey, the DH. Wearing number 31 for the Applemen. And a 1-1 count with 2 away. And the 1-1 is a little high for ball 2.
And again, he went to that sidearm, and he's yet to find the zone with that. And I think he's throwing it more than we've seen it, because I think he wants to master it and get it and have that pitch in his arsenal.
2 balls, 1 strike. Horowitz delivers. It's a big swing and a miss for strike 2.
I think Shockey was just late on that one. It looked like he had a beat on it, had a good swing on it, and Shockey has a bit of an uppercut. A lot of his base hits are, in the gap, up in the air. He lifts the baseball, so.
The 2-2, a swing and a miss, strike 3. Horowitz has his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. Led to the bottom of the second, no score. Musselman again stranding a runner on second base. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Welcome back here to Sager Field. Get you your EPAC baseball roundup brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Over 120 years combined experience as accident, injury, and disability lawyers. Go to burkeandschultz.com or call them at 304-263-0900. We play hardball. There's supposed to be 2 other games today. One was a makeup game. That game, again, pushed to tomorrow. We'll have the broadcast for that. Washington hosting Martinsburg, 4:30 contest for 10 pregame show. Then also, that's actually going to get played, according to Game Changer, is Hedgesville at Berkeley Springs, trying to break their 2-game losing streak. Set for 7 p.m. Now back to Nick with the play-by-play.
Thank you, Spencer. 0-1 count on the Cougars. And the 0-1 pitch, Horowitz fouls that one into the glove for strike 2. O2 count on Griffin Horowitz. That one hit on the ground towards short.
Oh.
Throw over hits off the.
He's going to get his base with that.
It's going to go out of play, so that will allow Horowitz to advance as it hits off of the clubhouse. Get you the weather brought to you by Kelly's Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Kind of a rainy day throughout the Eastern Panhandle, and rain could be back in the forecast around 7 p.m. tonight, but 59 degrees and cloudy here at Jefferson High School. So runner on first, no outs, and Sammy Roberts coming to the plate.
He's actually on second base after the error. Ball was hit hard on the shortstop there to Cohen Rutherford, and maybe, like you say, it kind of went across the grass there, probably picked up some moisture. As it left his hand, there was no doubt it was going into the batting cage, so it left the field to play, and so it allowed Griffith to move up to second base. And we do have a courtesy runner for him, number 7. So I'm not sure who number 7 is on the staff. So, but anyway.
That would be Cody Hartlove.
I'm
sorry, that's Musselman. For Jefferson, I'm not certain either. But
big strike
swing and
out
miss,
there.
strike 3 is down goes Sammy Roberts. And
Looks
Noah
like
Carter will come to the plate.
Ty Vickers is the courtesy runners. Mm-hmm. After the strikeout there, we got it figured out. Sorry about that. Noah Carter coming to the plate.
Carter, the designated hitter. As the rain starts to come down. And Carter hits that one on the ground. Hartman will toss to first for out number 2. Runner will advance, and Vickers down to third base. And that will bring Povinelli to the plate.
Vickers is DH for the night. He's also the man with the towel over there drying balls and putting the pine tar on them. Spitting them up pretty good.
And the pitch from Hartman to Povinelli is in there for strike 1.
You know, we haven't seen the games we did. Povinelli, I'm not sure he started. We have seen him being inserted into the game, but starting here tonight, not doing all their games, we're not sure exactly. But he's definitely made himself known, and John Lowry Sr. sees something they like, so here he is in here tonight in a big EPAC game.
1 ball, 1 strike. And that one misses low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. It seems like with Corwine being out, he's really kind of got him a bigger role.
Mm-hmm.
As that one's fouled away.
We haven't seen Corwine since about the third way through the season. So certainly not sure what's going on there, but not in the dugout. And at the moment, don't know if it's injury or grades or what. We can only speculate, and hopefully everything's well with him. But certainly hasn't been in the lineup and or been part of the team, for a while now.
2-2 hit on the ground towards second. Wolf will have to make the throw, and he does in time for out number 3. So the game remains scoreless. We'll go to the third inning With Musselman coming to the plate, this is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
Raining pretty good.
We welcome you back to Sager Field as the rain comes down. It might end up being a soggy Sager Field as it's Lohr, Hartman due up for the Applemen. Griffin Horowitz remaining on the mound for the Cougars.
Yeah, it's raining hard enough, to actually delay the game, in my opinion, should the field conditions. Well, it's raining hard enough to create field conditions that could possibly delay the game and get some turfus out or some stay dry or something. Right now, the field's in pretty good condition as Griffin Horowitz delivers a first strike there to Trevor Bohr, leading off the inning, the lefty in the 9-hole.
And for the number 9 hitter, then back to the top of the order as a bouncer misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Once again, we see Griffin not being able to, master that pitch. And again, I think if you ask him, he's certainly battling out there with not his best stuff. And that's what a pitcher does. Not every day do you have your best stuff.
That one looked to be hit pretty hard, but it's on the ground towards Cienfuegos, and Cienfuegos fires to first for out number 1 in this 3rd inning.
Yeah, rain coming down really hard here, Nick. Had to move some of the equipment around.
Good work, Spencer.
I didn't know what was going on with you guys, what you were saying the last
Do we have a read for that?
What?
The equipment moved around, brought to you by
Trips Flooring.
Yeah, I think so, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A breaking ball misses high for ball 1 on Lohr. Lohr grounded out to begin this ball game on the first pitch he saw, and now has a 1-0 count.
I'm just trying to make sure we can continue doing this broadcast.
449 hitter, and there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, it could easily be 2-0 there with that ball. Must have looked really good to Lohr up in his eyes, and it's one of the pitches that these youngsters just can't seem to stay off of at times.
The 1-1 is hit into the net.
About
right
hits
in
our
front
10.
of us. So 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. No score between Jefferson and Musselman here at Sager Field.
Looks
in
like
the 3rd inning.
He did get that submarine pitch over, and so you see going down there again.
1-2, and the submarine pitch is fouled away and out of play. Right behind the Musselman dugout.
So as you, again, back to Griffin, you have to tip your hat. You haven't seen much of his curveball. As he threw it earlier, he didn't get a lot of a breakout of it. His fastball's working, and so he's going to that pitch, moving it around. He's also trying to change arm angles there to get out. So, the fact that he has multiple pitches in arsenal allows him to compete out there sometimes when one or another pitch isn't quite working for him, and he's battling, really hard here in the rain. You could see he's not happy with that curveball once again as it stayed up. He's not getting the action out of it that he'd like. He's not getting that 12-6 action, so the ball's staying up. So now he's, you look for him to kind of go to his fastball, move it around, change your arm.
The 2-2 is inside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Lohr. 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Horowitz steps back on the mound, looks into his catcher, Hefner, and delivers the full count pitch, and it's a little high for ball 4. So 1 out base runner again for the Applemen, and Hartman coming to the plate.
And I believe all 4 balls were basically near, or 4 of the 6 pitches there were near the tip of the cap there of Baden Hartman. So, of Lohr, excuse me, from Griffin.
That one misses outside to begin the at-bat, or in there for a strike, excuse me, as it was a called strike. So 0-1 count on Hartman. Was a little bit outside, but it was able to be called a strike by the home plate umpire. So 0-1 count, 1 away, and the 0-1 is popped foul and out of play. So quickly Hartman finds himself behind, no balls, 2 strikes. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning, and Musselman has found a way to get a runner on each inning. Boyles walked in the second, and to begin this, or with 1 out in this inning, Lohr reaches on a walk, a throw over in time as Lohr was leaning, but was able to get back despite that. So Hartman has the runner on first, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Did have him leaning a bit, kind of caught him off guard there. I don't think he was stealing, but he's stealing
Lohr
now.
takes off now, and Hartman sends it into left field. Vickers is charging in and makes the play, throws back to first, and a little bit behind the runner as Lohr slides back in.
Kind of a hit and run going, with 2 strikes, it's not necessarily hit and run, but you're stealing with 2 strikes, and then Baden has to protect the plate there regardless. So it wasn't really a hit and run per se. You rarely give a hit and run with 2 strikes and force the batter to swing at a bad pitch, especially an 0-2 count, but 2-strike fly out. But Lohr got back after picked the ball up and then kind of watched it and seen once he had got underneath of it and retreated.
So Myers will come to the plate. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away.
Yeah.
Runner on first base in Lohr.
Myers is telling the umpire, and we noticed that there the last 2 pitches, he wasn't coming to set. He's kind of quick pitching, and this time he took the time.
Runner takes off. The throw down to first. Pretty good throw, but Lohr will slide in safely with the stolen base. 2 outs, 2-1 count.
So I think he was trying to quick pitch there to hold the runner, knowing that Lohr had a good speed and had a good lead over there. Myers turned around and told Franklin that, but
nice breaking ball in there for strike 2.
Finally got that curveball to some action out of it. He's gotten he's got some good action out of it, not as many times as he'd like. He left it up a few times and didn't move much, but that time he had good action on it. And again,
there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Not ruled a drop, 3rd strike, so that will do it for the inning. Led to the bottom of the 3rd. No score between Musselman and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. No score between Jefferson and Musselman. Nick Verzolini, Spencer Dupuis, Trip Tobin here on the broadcast. Donald Kinney on camera. Avery Newport back in the studio. And the Cougars are coming to the plate. Cienfuegos, Kinsler, Bailey to lead things off.
Cienfuegos, certainly nice glove out there. He's found his way in this lineup. Coach Lowry certainly has a lot of confidence in him, trying to work through his slow start here as a new member of the Jefferson team with that 160-some batting average. But smaller in stature, does other things, as far as sacrificing, moving runners around, and has some quality at bats. So not always is the average the telltale, but your quality at bats a lot of times is what kind of keeps you in the lineup.
Finds himself in a 1-1 count as Hartman works into his third inning out there on the mound. Has been efficient so far for the Appleman. 1 ball, 1 strike, and Cienfuegos will take that one for a called strike. Down the middle, 4 strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff hitter in this third inning. Rain continues to fall here at Jefferson High School. The 1-2, hit on the ground. Hartman having to come off the mound. He'll pick it up with the bare hand and fire to first just in time for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play by Baden there. He picked it up. It did throw a little high and wide, but nice job by Myers over there, the sophomore, to reach up, and he's got some height over there and some length where he can, good wingspan, good height, and hold that in on a speedy runner there. I thought when it first went off the bat, it was going to be a really tough play, for grip of the baseball and for footing for Baden Hartman as he come off that mound into that wet grass.
So that will bring Kinsler to the plate, the number 9 hitter, and Kinsler sends it on the ground towards second, and that will get through for a base hit. Wolf was playing a little bit more toward the base, and Kinsler able to reach on the ground ball single.
You got Kinsler with a lot of speed. You got Connor Bailey, tremendous amount of speed. Hefner, Wildness, Griffin, a lot of speed coming up, and you'll see here with 1 out how Coach John Lowry Sr. decides to attack, possibly running here, testing the freshman's arm early. It's going to be a tall task, as I said early in the pregame, for Taryn to hold down that speed, as most catchers in the area haven't been able to at this point.
Pitch misses outside. The throw down is not in time. So in there with the stolen base is Kinsler.
And certainly Boyles couldn't do anything about that. The ball was down on the way. He had to go to his knees, hop back up, and make the throw. Probably more than likely could have just ate it there when he didn't get a pitch that he could handle, from Hartman.
1-0 count on Bailey, and that one low for ball 2. So Hartman falls behind the leadoff hitter in the lineup, Connor Bailey. 2-0 with a runner on second base, 1 away. Third inning, no score between Musselman and Jefferson. Cougars looking to take the lead here with 1 good hit, but Bailey will pop this one up into right field. Bohr chasing under it will make the play. Runner breaks for third. He'll get in there easily on the tag up.
Ball went through everybody. Went through second base and went through the shortstop, and it made it all the way to as Dylan Stevens had to track it down to keep that runner at third base. The ball was hit deep enough to move the runner up. A lot of times it's 1 out. Those guys will, just get off the bag in case it gets dropped so they can be sure to score there. But he started to camp under it, so you see Kinsler get back to the bag to make that tag. If there was any chance he might have dropped it, you probably would have seen him come halfway.
And the pitch here to Hefner is in there for strike 1. Ryan Hefner, the catcher today, as Bailey flew out to advance the runner down to third base. And the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that didn't really break, as it misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on third base is Kinsler, 2 outs in the inning. And the 1-1. Hit on the ground again towards second. Wolf is there. He'll throw to first for out number 3. And we will head to the 4th inning. No score between Musselman and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back at 60.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. No score between Jefferson and Musselman. Griffin Horowitz on the mound for the Cougars. He'll face the middle of the order for Musselman. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. It will be Miller, Stevens, Boyles for the Appleman. Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us. Trip Tobin and Spencer Dupuis alongside me.
Seen the Cougar maintenance crew come out and dress the mound a little bit there for Griffin. The mound's getting a little sloppy out there, a little sticky, slippery, if that makes sense to be sticky and slippery at the same time. But that turf has a way of kind of sticking to your shoes, and as you get underneath of it there a little bit, you get into the harder base, it gets a little slippery. And the guys with these metal cleats, of course, kind of digging in. But still, once those cleats fill up and those shoes fill up with that sticky turf there, they get a little slippery. So look, if you see the mound now, it's got a little blonde turf there on it, so dried it out a bit.
First pitch to Miller is popped behind home plate, and Hefner will get there, have to hobble over his helmet for out number 1.
Yeah, they'll he tossed that helmet. That's how you're generally supposed to toss it away from where the ball's at. He somehow or another tossed it in his way and kind of had to jump over it there. Generally, you're supposed to toss it as far away from the play as possible, but he kind of dropped it, and then luckily he didn't stumble over it there. So you see Griffin got that submarine pitch in and starting to hone those pitches in.
There's a big swing and a miss from Stevens.
Got the curveball working that time, so he's starting to get his arsenal worked out here and get some pitches across the plate, getting some command.
1 is taken for strike 2. So Stevens finds himself behind. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
And he finds himself behind on 2 pitches again that Griffin hasn't been able to command, and now he suddenly has found some command. So.
And the 0-2 is a swing and a miss for strike 3.
Maybe it's tipped a cap to the maintenance crew. They got the mound how he likes it now in between the innings. So he's feeling a little more comfortable about out there, landing on that mound out there as he strides out there to land.
Be interesting to see how much longer it stays like that. Looking at the radar, looks like some bands of rain getting ready to come through.
5 strikeouts now for Griffin Horowitz, as the first pitch to Boyles is outside for ball 1. Boyles so far walked in the second inning and has a 1-0 count, and now gets into a good hitter's count at 2 balls and no strikes. But with nobody on and 2 away, so far this inning has been great for Horowitz and the Cougars. The 2-0 is fouled away by Boyles and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Horowitz on the mound for Jefferson. And that pitch is outside for ball 3. So Boyles could work his second walk of the ball game, which would be a 2-out walk and would bring Trenton Wolf to the plate, who struck out swinging his last time up. The 3-1 from Horowitz is low and inside for ball 4, so Boyles will take his base.
Boyles got a 3-1 pitch there. He kind of sitting back on it. He's probably looking dead red, and he stepped to launch, and that ball come in there at his shin, so he has had to kind of back out of there as we get Barry back in there for the courtesy runner.
Barry is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. As the courtesy runners are, of course, courtesy of Jason Barrett. And that one is in there for strike 1 to Trenton Wolf, a called strike.
Barry's one of, Wolf's a senior, Barry's a senior, you've seen Jacob Miller's a senior, but other than that, Jackson Shockey, DH, those are these 4 guys that have contributed to this game.
Pitch gets away from the catcher Hefner, and Barry will take second on the pass ball.
So, as you look ahead, next year, Musselman being very competitive this year, but not losing a tremendous amount, they're going to bring back a lot of, varsity experience next year, and that usually, at this level, usually it adds up to wins.
1-1 is a little bit outside and called a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike on Trenton Wolf.
The rain's let up a bit here, I believe. I don't hear it beating like I did.
That one hit into right field. That will get down for the single. They're going to send Barry as the right fielder. Bailey has issues with it. Barry will score, from third base. And Musselman takes the 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Trenton Wolf, who advances on the air.
Yeah, Bailey looked like he was in far enough he could make a good throw to home plate, but he kind of played it. I don't know how you want to say. He kind of played it to the side there a little bit instead of kind of being in front. He played it on his throwing side foot and not his glove side. So that was kind of an odd angle he took at it. For some reason, he took it across his body instead of glove side coming through to come up and make that throw. Whether it just kind of skipped there at the end or not, but certainly didn't play it like he's taught, and that's unusual for Connor Bailey.
Shockey takes the first pitch for a called strike, then swings and misses for strike 2, and a 2-out walk that maybe didn't seem too significant at the time based on how Horowitz had been pitching turns into a run. As Trenton Wolf drives in the base runner, and an 0-2 pitch is high and inside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and now a 1-0 lead for Musselman in the 4th inning.
A walk and then a pass ball just kind of kicked off the glove of Hefner, and then a base hit, and next thing you know, it's 1-0.
1-2 is a swing and a miss from Shockey. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 Musselman on top. Jefferson coming back to the plate. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch!
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. 1-0 Musselman on top. Nick Versley, Trip Tobin, Spencer Dupuis, happy to have you with us. Hartman on the mound in what could be it is a huge game because it's a conference game, but also late in the season, and you want to get the best seeding you can for the sectional tournaments. And Musselman, if they could pull off this upset, would not only surprise a lot of people, but put themselves in a great position for that seeding, as it will be Wabnitz, Horowitz, and Roberts due up. A tough 3-4-5 to begin this inning for Hartman on the mound, but so far he's worked well, as he'll hit the zone on a called strike to Sam Wabnitz.
And as Tripp mentioned earlier, the zone pretty wide here today for both sides.
I mentioned that off camera. Or off, right? That was supposed to stay
Yeah, I don't
off.
think that was on the air.
So you mentioned it then. I just happened to whisper it. You just broadcasted it. But, yeah, traditionally James has a little, wider strike zone. He gives the ball off the plate a bit on both sides. And, that's just something that the kids need to know, the players need to know and adjust to.
Wolf able to recover and adjust on that play as it was a ground ball hit by Wabnitz, and Wolf makes the play for out number 1.
Not a lot of room for error when Wabnitz is going down the line. He can lay the foot pass down and lay the footsteps down, and he got down there pretty quick. The ground balls right now, if you're an infielder, you the ground bars really generally are staying down. You don't get a lot of hard hops. The field's soft and a little soggy, but the throws, with the grip is what kind of gives you the problems.
Hit off the end of the bat by Horowitz, and Myers will step on the bag for out number 2.
Yeah,
quickly.
Horowitz was on that fastball and just got it right off the cap.
Back-to-back ground outs. There's 2 away in the inning, and Sammy Roberts coming to the plate. Roberts struck out swinging his first time.
Well,
bless you.
For those of you at home who didn't know what that was, there was a snort, wasn't it?
Sneeze.
A sneeze, oh, okay. I thought it was a duck
It's a
snort.
little chilly out here today. A little rainy.
We have our Matt Miller protege over here with shorts on. Spencer Dupuis wearing shorts.
0-2 count on Sammy Roberts, 2 outs.
Trying to show off his Myrtle Beach tan.
Yeah.
That's non-existent.
We went to the beach and Spencer didn't get any tan.
Oh.
That one
Nor
hit
did
off
you.
Yeah, I really didn't either, but a little bit, I think.
I don't know, my sunburn's now turning into tan.
Well, there you go. You got the tan on the, what is that, the back of the leg where you got it?
Side of the leg.
Okay.
And down to the bottom of the leg, but only one leg.
Only one leg, so you're
Hartman has the
going to have to go get the spray tan. The 0-2 hit on the ground, and they get through for a base hit for Sammy Roberts with 2 away.
An 0-2 pitch, and it was a good placement by Baden Hartman. I mean, good baseball, good location. I'm not sure if Musselman is pitching coaches are calling those pitches, or if Taryn the Boyles, the freshman, is making those calls. But the location was great, down and away, and Roberts just did a good job of fighting it off and putting the ball in play and hoping for good things to happen as he pushed it. He stayed back on that and just pushed it to the other side.
Noah Carter now to the plate. Runner on first for the Cougars, 2 away, and the breaking ball is a little high above the letters of Carter for ball 1.
I know Sammy was the quarterback for the football team. Not sure. I know he could throw the baseball, but I'm not sure how much he throw the football. But I'm not sure how much he ran the football. So, see if we can see speed out of him here with two outs.
That one is a called strike for 1 ball, 1 strike count. Carter grounded out his last time.
He definitely could throw it. Nicknamed by Nick, Slinging Sammy Roberts.
You could see Noah there didn't quite agree with that pitch that was out, and you see Taryn Boyles moving out there even farther.
1-1. Roberts takes off for second on kind of a delayed steal and will get in there at second base. So with 1-2 and 2 outs, Jefferson has a runner in scoring position, down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
So when you're a football player, you slide down as the quarterback to not get tackled on your knees. But when you're a baseball player, when you're a football player playing baseball, you go head first.
The 1-2 is in the dirt, and Roberts is 90 feet away from tying this ball game. It's Will Vance on the wild pitch.
A good call on the steal there, especially with the pitch coming after that hit the backstop. Now you're 90 feet away from tying the game up, as Nick just mentioned, in a game that could be one that doesn't see a lot of runs.
Well, 4 pitches ago it was 0-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Now it's 4 pitches later. It's 2-2, 2 outs and a man on third. So that's how same thing that happened to Musselman there.
Pitch to Carter is just outside for ball 3. So a full count on Noah Carter.
Yeah, based on
Polvinelli is in the on-deck circle.
Based on some of the calls, it's kind of went out there. Musselman fans were looking for that strike 3 on that outside part.
3-2 is low for ball 4. So Carter will take first base. And Polvinelli will come to the plate with a runner in scoring position, and Sammy Roberts standing down there at third. Noah Carter standing on first base. 2 outs in the inning, a 1-0 lead for Musselman in the bottom of the 4th.
So you got to wonder if Jefferson here with 2 outs is going to let the game play out, or if he's going to do another delayed steal maybe. Certainly a straight steal with Noah Carter's speed probably isn't in the works, but at some point in time, could he get a chance to move up? Should he delay steal or see something in the windup, or possibly a ball in the dirt? He could move up there, but at this point he seems pretty okay just to stay there.
The 1-0 with 2 outs is a tough swing from Polvinelli on a pitch he was fooled on to make it 1 ball, 1 strike. Hartman trying to work his way out of this inning and keep that 1-0 lead for the Applemen. Baden Hartman delivers the 1-1 and a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Carter will take off and take second base.
Hey, Dan Strown, he finally made it there. Yeah. So if he has
what was that?
There's a little delayed steal saying,
But
hey,
he was just
throw it to me and we'll try to, if you bring it here, Sammy's going to go home kind of play.
I see.
1-2, and that one just outside and low for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away on Povinelli. And Roberts standing on third, Carter standing on second. Jefferson can take the lead with a good swing of the bat. The 2-2 is foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Hartman gets the strikeout. We'll head to the 5th. 1-0 Musselman. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing, call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Trevor Bohr.
We welcome you back to Jefferson High School. Trevor Bohr will lead things off to begin this inning. 1-0, Musselman on top. It's the 9-1 two-hitters in the lineup, and the first pitch to Bohr is missed for ball 1. Griffin Horwitz on the mound for the Cougars. Horwitz so far has gone 4 strong innings, just 1 hit allowed, but 3 walks have kind of hurt him and 6 strikeouts for Horwitz on the mound.
Yeah, the difference in the game is 1-0 going into the last inning. Musselman was leading Jefferson, I believe, 7-1 in free bases. So that was the difference. Jefferson was able to get 3 of those free bases back last inning to tighten that gap, but certainly beating Jefferson at their own game. Actually, it was 8 free bases to 1 going into the bottom of the 4th. That's something that's a game that Jefferson likes to win and play the odds. And they were down 1-0, but they were down 8-1 in the free base game. That becoming the 3 walks that you're talking about, the 2 errors you see on Game Changer, that's 5, and then a stolen base here, and a couple of stolen bases created those 8 free bases, and then ultimately got the run in eventually for Musselman. Last inning, you see Lowry. You kind of tighten that up, and you got a few free bases themselves over there, so it's kind of 8-4 at this point. But generally, if you lose the free base game, and you're not putting a lot of base hits on the field, then you're you generally come up on the losing end of a game, as we've seen Lowry Sr. go out and give Griffin a little pat on the butt there and a little encouragement. It's a little different than some of the times we see him go out and offer some some instruction, what have you. That was just so more of a look like an encouragement kind of. This is the number 9 guy, and let's not let him walk.
The 3-1 is popped up toward left field. Vickers is there for out number 1. So Horwitz gets Bohr to fly out. And Lohr now coming to the plate here in the top of the 5th. 1-0 Musselman. Lost 14-0 last time these two teams played. And the Applemen have been much more competitive, leading in this ball game 1-0.
So the Hedgesville Berkeley Springs game is indeed happening underway right now at Berkeley Springs High School. A single from Connor to start the ball game for Hedgesville.
Musselman in a good spot here, top of the lineup. There is one out, but
2 strikes on Lohr. The lefty disagreeing with these 2 called strikes and an 0-2 count.
pitch was definitely, up some. Did it catch the, the arm pitch, though? I'm not sure, but
that one fouled away by Lohr and out of play.
And you see
hits off the top of the bleachers.
Griffin climbed the ladder there, thinking if he could get that strike, he'd get Lohr to extend the strike zone, which he did. But, tomorrow night you're going to see Martinsburg and Washington play. James Franklin's going to be the umpire there again, also with C.L. Baker, much to the enjoyment of Vic Lupus. Vic really enjoys C.L. Baker's umpiring skills, so we'll get to see him tomorrow at Washington.
Yeah, tomorrow
at Washington.
Late afternoon,
yeah,
4:30 first pitch.
You have to get Vic up from his nap to see that one probably.
That one is low for ball two. It's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Lohr. Lohr walked earlier, stole a base, and grounded out so far in the ball game. One away, a 1-0 lead for Musselman. And that pitch got him looking for strike 3. Down goes Lohr, shaking his head. And there's 2 away in the inning. 7th strikeout for Griffin Horowitz.
Yeah, you see him getting a little excited. I'm not sure that pitch was quite argumentative. Maybe the one, the 2-strike pitch that was up, but that pitch there, seemed to be, around the plate close enough with 2 strikes to be taking a cut at.
Hartman gets a good curveball, but he lays off of it for strike 1.
74th pitch from Griffin Horowitz this evening.
He's gotten better, certainly has gotten better. He's got better command as we've moved forward.
Hit on the ground towards short. Kinsler makes the big throw over to first base for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Applemen. Bottom of the 5th, Musselman 1, Jefferson nothing. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. 1-0. Appleman leading the Cougars. Jefferson coming to the plate. Cienfuegos will lead this inning off. It will be Cienfuegos, Kinsler, Bailey, the 8-9-1 hitters, due up for the Cougars. Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us. Alongside me is Trip Tobin and Spencer Dupuis. Donald Kenny on camera. Avery Newport back in the studio.
Baitens went through 4 innings. He's given up 2 hits, one walk, 3 strikeouts on 57 pitches, 38 of them strikes. He's only faced 16 batters in those 4 innings, so 4 over the minimum there. So working very efficiently here. And Jefferson really, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Jefferson has really had any real hard contact against him to this point, has he? A little line out to Trenton there earlier now that I kind of jogged my memory, but the rest of the contact that they've made has basically been, bloops or soft ground balls. I haven't really seen anything that was hit hard and or even pulled to this side.
Cienfuegos on a tough swing misses for strike 2. So 0-2 count on Cienfuegos. Hartman has done a nice job, and it doesn't really seem like Jefferson's threatened too much. Best chance was last inning when they had runners on second and third and 2 away. And that pitch is a little low for ball 1. Hartman working now on a 1-2 count on Cienfuegos to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning.
Should Musselman continue, to close this game out and win, and and Jefferson, play a close game and or possibly lose to Washington next week prior to the sectional voting, you could possibly see the number 1 team in the state be number 2 in the region here. based on their EPAC
It's even
schedule.
possible that they would be jumped. Maybe not in the state rankings, but at least in or maybe even in the state rankings. They could be jumped by a team like Washington or Martinsburg, depending on who wins that one tomorrow. Could really help their case.
This is really exciting baseball when it gets good. I know, like you said, Musselman, took that 14-0, beating the last time, but, Myers gave up 7 in the first. Not necessarily all Myers, some earned, some unearned, didn't have his best stuff, some errors. And from that point on, Musselman just kind of went into, pitcher save mode at that point. And
Cienfuegos draws a leadoff walk after getting behind in the count 0-2. So good job by Josh Cienfuegos to not only get a good at-bat, but then to get on base.
He's also about 2 inches away from wearing that ball.
At first I thought the umpire there, James, was going to call a hit by pitch, but it was, 3-2 count anyway. But so not only did he work a walk, he worked 6 pitches out of Baden, who's been working very efficiently. And so Cienfuegos gets on, got Kinsler, who has got a single the last time. Certainly a possibility of a bunt here to move the runners up with the top coming up.
And Kinsler does show a bunt. It's called strike. We've seen Kinsler leg out a few infield singles on bunts this season. So certainly has the speed to, even if he bunt, not necessarily give up an out.
Boyles had an opportunity. They were on the bunt through to possibly throw behind Cienfuegos, decided to hold the baseball at that point.
0-1 hit on the ground on the bunt. Hartman will throw to first. Could have maybe got the lead runner there if he wanted it, but decided to get the safe out and get out number 1.
Yeah, he had the out at second. Should he have turned and wanted to make that throw? But again, with the footing, with the wet baseball, maybe he didn't quite like the feel of it, so he just went for the sure out. But he's got a tough task here ahead of him now to fight these two, to try to fight. Dig down and fight against the next 2 hitters here with Connor Bailey. And
a nice curveball to get strike 1 on Bailey. Bailey, and then he'll be followed by Ryan Hefner, the number 2 hitter.
Hefner's the one that did line out to second, did get some contact off of Hartman.
The 0-1 is a chopper. This will be a tough play for Rutherford, and it's a bouncer in the dirt, and able to reach first is Connor Bailey. I would give that an infield single.
Yeah, you're not getting. I mean, his speed is going to enhance his batting average for sure, even on soft contact like that, where he can leg those out. So, Musselman finds himself in a defensive situation where it's first and third. With the a lot of speed on first base, very tough to throw Connor Bailey out on a straight steal. So I'm not sure if he even throws through here, if you just allow Baden to continue to attack the hitters here and try to get out of it that way.
1-0 lead for Musselman, and they'll fake the throw down, see if they can get the runner, as it looked like Boyles was going to come up throwing, but just tossed it back to the pitcher. So 0-1 count, runners on second and third for Hefner, and a great opportunity for Jefferson to at least tie, if not take the lead on this pitch, as that one misses outside for a ball. 1-1 count.
That was a good pitch by Hartman. He started on the outside part of the plate and let it break away. It was just a good take there, good placement, and you see Taryn back there being a brick wall on that particular pitch.
1-1 is a swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
We've seen some high pitches take some hacks out tonight. They've been, the lights on and the dusk here is kind of must make that pitcher look nice and fat.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Hefner. A little low. I thought it was at the knees for strike 3, but it misses below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hefner. 2 on for the Cougars. 1 away, bottom of the 5th inning, a 1-0 lead for Musselman. Jefferson looking to tie this one up and maybe more, but Hefner will keep that bat alive as he sends that one fouling out of play over toward the trees here at Sager Field.
Based on the the strikeout last inning for Kyle Lohr and a couple of the pitches there that were called strikes on Musselman, and now you're starting to see maybe Musselman feel like they're not getting, their fans at least feel like they're not getting those calls back, so you hear a little grumbling in the background, but
2-2 is hit on the ground. Rutherford struggles to pick it up, but does make the throw over. Runner comes in to score, and we have a tie ball game at 1 And Cienfuegos crosses the plate. It's 1-1 now. Ball game.
Yeah, obviously good to get the run to even it up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, getting late into this ball game.
Sam Wabnitz now coming to the plate with 2 outs.
You have to wonder why Musselman didn't have the defense up there, kept Rutherford back. Should he have been up on that defense, certainly Coach Lowry Sr. would have probably held the runner until the ball either got through or muffed. But with the defense back, he's telling his runner, the second that the ball's hit on the ground to the middle, you're moving. So there was no play at all at home, regardless if he picks it up clean or not. The play was at first because the defense was designed to go to first. So Rutherford did what the defense was designed to do there, just get the out to give up the run.
Wabnitz swings through for strike 2. The 0-2 is outside. Bailey will take third easily on the no throw. So Connor Bailey on third base. 2 outs in the inning, a 1-2 count on Sam Wabnitz in a 1-1 ball game.
You generally don't see a 2-out steal unless, you can really definitely get there, and he got there without a throw.
The 1-2 is fouled away by Wabnitz.
You have to also understand that Connor Bailey can see the catcher's signs. If he can see something off speed, see the catcher setting up, those types of things, and get that read. So if he can get a good jump knowing an off-speed pitch is coming, that's just baseball IQ that's instilled into him. And he got that. He got that jump, and he got the off-speed pitch to steal on.
The 1-2, a check swing from Wabnitz. They'll say it's a drop third strike. The throw to first is in time for out number 3, I believe.
They just said safe.
Musselman thought it was dropped third, but it was not called a strike. They're saying Wabnitz didn't go around, so then the runner comes in on a stolen base to home plate.
How's he going to make that call out there?
But then the hitter goes back in the box.
Yep, because it wasn't a swing. So it's just a ball 3. And essentially, Bailey stole home plate is what it will go down as. And now it's 2-1 Jefferson in a strange way. So Musselman fans obviously displeased. That one hit into right field, and under it is Bohr for out number 3. So 2-1 Jefferson on top. We'll talk a little bit more about that play on the other side of this break as we bring you the 6th inning. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
He didn't do it on strike 1. He did it on strike 2, didn't he? On strike 3.
Top of the 6th inning. 2-1. Jefferson takes the lead on a strange play where Wabnitz and the catcher both thought it was a drop third strike. So Sam Wabnitz started running down to first base. Catcher Boyles throws the first. Bailey running because he thinks it's a drop third strike, and if the throw gets away, that's a run. But Bailey ends up taking home. And the umpires ruled that it was not the third strike. It was a check swing. So essentially Bailey steals home, and Jefferson takes the lead 2-1. Definitely a miscommunication on the Musselman side.
And it wasn't planned like that. It wasn't like he knew.
Right.
He was just coming home because it was 2 outs.
So Wabnitz has to, anytime.
Oh, that one popped up, and a good play by Hefner to get the out. So Boyles goes down on 1 pitch.
It's Myers. Jason Myers on that pitch. Myers in the 3-hole. So, he check swinged. He takes off like he's supposed to. Very smart play on Wobner's part to go ahead. He has nothing to lose by running down the base. The problem happened is when, the catcher, Taryn Boyles, also read that and threw down to get that out without hearing, but the umpire is not going to call strike 3 at that point. Then it's a strike 3, but with an open fist, I believe that would say it's still a live baseball until they tag him out or throw him out because it's a drop third. Right. So a lot of things went, did not go in Musselman's favor at that point, and Jefferson took advantage of that. Then when they ground ball there.
Ground ball hit to short. Kinsler throws the first and got him by a step for out number 2. Now, Tripp, I could be wrong about this at the high school level, but wouldn't they typically call Wobnitz back in the play, or would?
No, he takes off. Wobnitz takes off. He doesn't know any different. There's no real call, ball, or strike from the umpire. The umpire can't call him out on strike 3 because he didn't think he swung the bat, so you don't get any vocalization from the umpire at that point. He's just basically a ball is what he's calling, and so he takes off. And when he took off, Boyles reacted to that. But at this point, Boyles has to look the runner back, even in any situation at that point. But, if he throws down the first, Boyles thinks they're out of the inning. And so, what do you do in that play? It's a really hard luck, tough play right there. And then they get the appeal to the umpire who's out there in the sea who can't make that call because he's in front of the bat. He can't see across the plate as he would be if he was on the first base side, as we see Bailey.
2 has popped up. Bailey is there for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes Musselman. So we'll head to.
You could see Hartman asked for that call back on that call real quick, and then Travis Hovermill. You could tell he wasn't going to give an out, or he just said safe because he can't see from there. So just very unfortunate. Nothing really malicious there, and not taking up for anyone. But Boyles just has a struggle with that. Had a struggle with that, finding out if that was a strike or not.
So 2-1 our score. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jefferson looking to extend that lead. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
For every parent with a child entering pre-K through 7th grade,
we invite you to consider Airborne Christian Academy.
Enrolling your student in a Christian school, it's never been more affordable, with a WV Hope Scholarship offering $4,300 per year per student.
And if you've been hoping for alternative ways for your child to flourish academically while remaining true to your faith, we want to partner with you.
Check out all the details at airborne.church/school.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. Jefferson 2, Musselman 1, bottom of the 6th inning. Cougar bats coming to the plate. Hartman remains on the mound for the Applemen.
They hit by pitch last inning, and then the sacrifice bunt, then the single, the first and third steal, and then a ground out with the defense back. It cost Musselman a run, and then a miscommunication there between Taryn Boyles and the home plate umpire on a drop third strike, and Boyles, at that point throws the ball down to first as Wobnitz took off out of the box, and then very smart base running by Connor Bailey comes home on that, and then Wobnitz comes back to the plate, creates this 2-1 lead. So so as we see this free base game kind of tighten up, you see the score tighten up, of course, and Jefferson was able to take advantage of a few miscues there mentally by Musselman.
1-1, Horowitz lines this one into left field. That will get down for a base hit, maybe more. Horowitz rounding first. Miller throws it off the wall into the shortstop, and Griffin Horowitz has a lead-off double to begin the bottom of the 6th inning.
First good hard contact I think we've seen all game there from either team. So, third time through there for Horowitz. Hard to get that young man out 3 times in a row, especially get him out and have him, 3 times at bat with just some soft contact. That's just going to be a tough thing for any pitcher to do. So he kind of stayed back on that. Looked like the curveball didn't move much. He stayed back. He cut the middle of the plate, and he just opened up on it there and drove it into left center.
Yeah, Horowitz had an error and a ground out so far. Now Roberts will send it opposite way to right. Horowitz is rounding third. He will score easily from second, and Jefferson extends the lead now 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th on the Sammy Roberts RBI single.
Whether or not it was controversial about the last run, now you got the lead run.
Mm-hmm.
You're up 2, but you'd be up 2-1 even if that didn't count.
Well, when the game's tighter, when you get the lead, it's easier to swing and play a little looser. So always the lead makes you feel better. Certainly the second, third time through the lineup is makes you feel a little better too, knowing you can hit the guy, knowing you've seen his pitches, but that confidence stays there. But pitching with the lead or hitting with the lead, both are pretty makes you pretty confident.
Carter squares. We have a courtesy runner down there. Looks like Matt Vickers, I believe.
Coach John Lowry wanted him to bunt. He's back up in the box again. I mean, he threw his arms up like, why didn't you bunt that? Pitch right down the middle. He squared again. It's slashing. So
Carter will pull that one back to make it 1 ball, 1 strike.
Probably more of a slash, as they're just trying to push the infield in to make some holes there and to maybe stay out of the double play. Ball from Carter as he's up, showing bunt early, and he pulls it back.
Pitch nearly hits him as Carter had to duck out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on first base.
So the gamemanship begins here as Jefferson now smells a little blood, and they're going to start to play their game.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 from Carter.
They're going to be the aggressor now, pulling out some stops, forcing Musselman to react on defense. So he got 2 strikes. I doubt he would do it again, but the runner's going.
Throw down a second. Vickers is thrown out by a good step or 2. And Carter strikes out, so 2 away quickly in the inning, but Jefferson has the 3-1 lead, and now
got a hitter.
Riley Morgan coming to the plate as a pinch hitter for Povinelli.
So Boyles, when he stepped up to throw, looked like he hit the plate and took a dive. Luckily, he had already released the baseball, and it took a good short hop and right to the second baseman.
Swings at the first pitch he sees, and running over and making the play is Myers for out number 3.
Did it Willie Mays?
Yeah, really good over-the-shoulder catch by Myers in foul territory. We'll head to the 7th inning. Jefferson 3, Musselman 1. Cougars trying to close it out here in the top of the 7th. Griffin Horowitz will get the ball to do so, and we'll see if they can do that when we come back. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda HR-V and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Civic or Accord. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
We welcome you back to Sager Field. 3-1.
Yeah.
Jefferson leading. Horowitz still on the mound, and the pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 count here for the Appleman now hitting Boyles, Wolf, Shockey due up, and a swing and a miss from Boyles, 1-1 count.
Spencer is rating the concession stand food. So
Whoa. We're not going to. Nope.
Oh, okay, never mind.
1-1 count is high.
I mean, it was a good cheeseburger. That's all I'll say.
Let's say it was a good cheeseburger for $3. So that's what he said. Quality and the taste, he gives him pretty good.
Hit on the ground towards short. Kinsler scoops it.
Sailed it.
Sails the throw, and a runner on first. The lead off the seventh as Musselman tries to extend this ball game. Trenton Wolf coming to the plate. We'll have another courtesy runner. This looks like
Brandon Berry again.
Berry will run. That runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. 3-1. Jefferson leading, but a runner on first and Wolf at the plate.
I mean, that's just exactly what Musselman needed to lead off there to try to get this lineup turned over a little bit. We've got it looks like a pinch hitter on deck for Jackson Shockey. I believe it's Wyatt Levy, correct? Yeah, Wyatt Levy is going to follow Trenton here.
Wolf will take that one low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wolf. Runner on first base.
This is a pretty big at bat because should Trenton get on, it could, barring a double play, could get Musselman back to the top of the lineup and
just pops that one foul, just missing that first base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barry down there at first base.
Barry had to kind of hold up there to see if Sammy Roberts was going to be able to track it over his shoulder as Myers did the last inning, but it wasn't quite the height of the air underneath of that one. It almost fell in for a base hit.
1-2 is a swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, released low for strike 3.
Big curveball there.
And that will bring Wyatt Levy into the ball game.
Horowitz at 82 pitches. I mean, very efficient, extremely efficient pitched game here tonight on his first start of the year.
8th strikeout.
Levy coming to the plate. Interesting to see a pinch hitter for a designated hitter. It has a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Jackson Shockey's a great baseball player, great hitter there, just not his night tonight. A couple Ks, so, you go to your bench at this point. It's easy to, just bring in a DH there.
That one popped up into center field. Wobmitz is there for out number 2. And now the number 9 hitter, Bohr, Musselman down to its final out. Bohr has, though, done some good things tonight.
It's pretty important. I mean, if Bohr can get on, certainly Lohr has, home run power. He's hit the ball at the park. The next 3-4 guys have that kind of power, so trying to get that lineup turned back over is big here. And, of course, as we've seen earlier, John Lowry Sr. came out and talked to Griffin when Bohr was up in a 3-1 count and said, do not walk this guy. So you're going to see him attack the zone, I would believe, here. So, if somehow or another Bohr were to work a walk, I think that's just going to be from Griffin missing, because I believe his job here has been told to just get the ball across the plate, let the defense work.
Pitch is high for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on board. He hasn't reached base safely tonight. He's grounded out and flew out, and Coach Lowry is going to come out along with the infield.
It's going to tell him again, 2-0 count. Earlier it was a 3-1 count. We do not want to face these next couple of guys. Let's get after this 9 hitter. Don't take nothing away from Trevor Bohr. I've seen him play since Little League. Extremely good hitter. And usually your 9 hitter could easily be your leadoff hitter, because the way they approach the plate, they're patient, they see pitches and things like that. So, we number 9 hitters aren't necessarily the easiest outs in the lineup per se by any means. And Trevor Bohr is going to be a really tough out here. Try to get this turned around for his team here. Got to get this lineup turned over for his team,
He's down to the last out.
Horowitz has a 2-0 count, and Bohr will now step out.
Smart play.
Time.
Smart play to kind of disrupt
the flow.
Disrupt Griffin there.
The 2-0, good pitch, called strike. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Yeah, and you see Griff there. He Looked like he took a little off the fastball. I think he just throw strikes and give us a chance to just catch the baseball.
2-1 grounder towards second. Cienfuegos fires to first, and Jefferson gets the comeback win, 3-1 over Musselman here at Sager Field. And the Cougars now get another win in conference play. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 6 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Safdar Akbar, Emergency Medicine. Physician's Assistant Misty Hunsater, Interventional Radiology. Nurse Practitioner Elena Diggs, Urgent Care. Physician's Assistant Catherine Lee, Emergency Medicine. Psychiatrist David Marks, Family Medicine, Psychology. And Physician's Assistant Stephanie Mabey, Neurology. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the post-game show. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the Heffley Motor Company, the Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Spencer working on getting Coach John Lowry Sr. and our player of the game. But the Palace Lounge is located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We'll begin here at the game summary as we take a look back on this ball game. It was a pitcher's duel really throughout. The first 3 innings that were scoreless. Musselman takes the lead in the 4th inning to go up 1-0. And then in the 5th, Jefferson scores a run on a ground ball, scoring Bailey, or scoring a runner from third base. And then the Cougars take that, or tie the game up at 1 there in the 5th. And then score that second run on Sam Wobnitz checking a swing. Umpire rules it not a drop, 3rd strike, but Wobnitz and the catcher, Boyles, thought it was a drop, 3rd strike, so Wobnitz takes off for first. Bailey comes around to score and steals home plate. And Jefferson at that point took a 2-1 lead, and it kind of seemed like Musselman was out of the game really at that point based on how Horowitz was pitching. And they get the insurance run in the 6th inning on some well-hit baseballs. And that makes the score Jefferson 3, Musselman 1. Musselman just gets 1 hit in the ball game and has an error. Jefferson 3 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors. And definitely a weird way to take that initial lead, but it just seemed like, the way Horowitz was pitching, and that really took a lot of momentum away from Musselman.
Yeah, this is a tough call. I mean, Boyles needs to hear, something verbally. He's not going to hear out or safe or anything verbally from the umpire, as I said earlier, but verbally you're going to hear no catch, things like that. So there has to be some verbal indication. Now, we, with the headsets on, can't hear anything, but of course it appeared that Boyles was confused at that point. So, you don't want to blame anyone, but at that point, I'm not sure if he throws. I mean, he has to think, if you hear no catch, if you turn around and you see the umpire with a safe signal out, you arm out with a safe signal, and then, you hear, a no catch on that, then they realize that at that point the no catch is that there was a swing. If he doesn't swing and there's no catch, they really don't have a signal. So, you're not going to hear much. And then when they asked for the, when it was all said and done, they asked for the appeal. That's not going to happen at that point. But just a really tough play for the freshman back there. The game's pretty quick. Jefferson, they force you into errors like that. So the umpire says nothing, then basically it's not a drop third strike. If he signals, with a safe call with the hand, which the runner and the catcher can't see, but then he verbally says no catch or drop. I'm not sure he dropped third, but there's a verbal there. Generally it's no catch, and then that tells catcher or pitcher or catcher runner. But best thing that happened, the smartest person there, when I believe it was Wobness, just took off. Right. So Wobness just takes off, and then that forces the defense to react to basically a deke play. So we can sit here and blame it on umpires or get mad or different things like that if you're a Musselman player, but you also have to understand that it was whether or not it was orchestrated or has ever been taught or what have you, or if he just reacted to the throw and he thought he may have went around and he didn't want to take the chance. Regardless, it just was a bad turn of events for Musselman at that time, and it's just one of those things where the ball doesn't bounce your way, and tonight it didn't bounce Musselman's way. Sort of, again, wonder exactly why the defense was, giving up that run that tied the game at that point. But the third run was well earned. It was a double and then a hard-hit double and then a hard-hit single that created that run. But the other three runs came off of basically free bases given up by both teams. Jefferson down 8-1 the free base game early and, come back and tied things up and worked the accounts to their advantage, and were able to capitalize and win a tight game.
That is your game summary, brought to you by the Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. And we will now be joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, John Lowry Sr. Coach, your team gets the 3-1 win tonight over Musselman. Had to battle from behind, and just a gutsy performance by Griffin Horowitz on the mound.
I thought Finn threw well. I thought that we got some timely hits there at the end. Our bats have been quiet, and something that we, we're hoping to be able to fight our way through and get back to swinging it a little more productively than we have, and being able to get some bunt downs when we need them. But today we got tonight late in the game we got that key hit, and I think we got the benefit of the play at the plate there, and it's a good game. Musselman's tough. I tell you what, if that's their number 3, come tournament time, they're going to be they're the real deal. So.
They're a little underrated, I believe. You're still looking at, Stevens and Myers in there, and they're young. They're only going to lose a few players. So I believe that they are certainly going to – they have a staff deep enough, like you say, to go deep in that tournament play. But I want to ask you about the play at the plate. Certainly the umpire doesn't have to indicate anything when he doesn't think it was a strike, so you're not going to hear much out of there. It was either a really smart play. Regardless, Wobnitz, it's a drop third strike, whether he, you hear all this yelling like he knew he was struck out, but kids are taught, to run on that play, and it just happened there was a guy on third. So whether or not, if you can take credit as a coach, say we coached that. That's sort of a reactive play that was really, he runs out of the box, and at that point the catcher reacts, and then of course you got all the speed of Bailey on third. So, I think it was more of the ball just kind of didn't bounce Musselman's way on that play, and you guys were able to take advantage of that play.
Well, first of all, let me clarify. We tried to coach him on a lot of other things that we don't do, so we certainly didn't coach him on that. Right. But it was. The ball's live. They throw it to first. It's just one of those. We had a play up at down in Myrtle Beach. The other team had the bases loaded, nobody out, hit a line drive, a low line drive, or a shortstop. He steps on second. He catches the line drive, steps on second, but he makes a wide throw to first. Mm-hmm. Well, the kid from third for the other team, he's already across home plate. So we go get the ball, we throw it to third base, but in throwing it to third base, we throw it away. Our left fielder's backing up. He gets it, throws it to third base. We still have it there in time to get the runner who didn't tag up. Should have been a triple play. But the home plate umpire says, that guy scores. He never did go. So, during the game, sometimes the breaks go with you, sometimes the breaks go against you, and we were fortunate maybe in that regard. But the umpires call what they see, and then we play on.
Going into the fourth, in the bottom of the fourth, you're down 1-0. You're losing the free base game 8-1 at that point. Finn had a couple walks, they had a few stolen bases, a few errors. You tightened that game up, and you ended up tying up the free base game 8-8. So in tight games like this, I know you preach this, but did you realize that you were down 8-1 in free bases at the time?
Well, I realized that there was 2 outs, and we walked the guy, and then we had a pass ball, and then we try to backhand the ball in the outfield. If we just knock it down in front of us, the kid from third's not going to score. Right. So, you never know. That's the beauty of the game, the random nature of the game. You never know which pitch in the game might be the difference. That's the reason you got to play it one pitch at a time. That's the lowest common denominator. You've heard me say it before in the game. It's the pitch. Play it one pitch at a time, and you never know what pitch might make the difference. And that's a hard message to get through to these guys sometimes. But that's I'll say the fun of the challenge. I guess sometimes it's the frustration of the challenge too. But that's what we do.
Okay. Congratulations, and congratulations on still being number 1 in this week's rankings.
Well, that's that's all subjective, and we're. That's nice, but that just means you get everybody's best pitcher most of the time. So.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
And we'll now get our player of the game, brought to you by WV Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Trip, it is pretty easy tonight, I think.
He hit the ball really hard and then threw the ball well, fought through some adversity. I guess, congratulations on the victory, Finn. You threw the ball well. You finally, after the third or fourth time through, you're able to barrel up a baseball after some soft contact. But, how'd you feel out there early?
Early? Yeah. Early, I was a little frustrated with myself. I was missing high a lot. Curveball wasn't really moving. Or it was moving, but it was just missing high a bunch. So I switched over to the slider, which started working later on, which I was happy about. But just getting in there, I just need to start off by throwing more strikes.
All right. So the game started off a little wet. Did that affect you? The rain much?
The rain wasn't too bad, especially because I just switched balls out whenever it gets wet. I was slipping a little, especially on sidearm, whenever I dropped down. So that was missing too. And then that first batter that I hit with the curveball, that just kind of threw me off a little.
So you'll hear us talk if you listen to the broadcast back over. We'll talk about how you didn't seem to have command of some of your secondary pitches, and you were switching around trying to find it. But I mean, you battled all day. You battled really hard, and you didn't have your best stuff early. And I said he'll probably admit to that they didn't have his best stuff, but that's what pitchers do, and we really tip your hat to you. And one of the reasons why you're here as the player of the game is because you worked through. You didn't have your best stuff. You didn't really hit the ball hard the first 2 times, but you stayed with it and drew and doubled and was able to get that insurance run across. But yeah, you could see that the curveball wasn't quite working for you. This wasn't working. You're trying to go sidearm, and you're trying to make things happen, but all along keeping Musselman off the base pass. So tip a cap to you and coming out here in this tough weather to pitch in. But yeah, it's really tough, and you can tell the people at home when you can't, when you have to kind of go with just your fastball. So you try to change arm action, you try to change this, but you did a great job of battling and staying in there when you didn't have your best stuff. And that's a true pitcher and a true battle there, and a tribute to you.
Yes, sir. I was happy to bear down on those last few innings, especially without their off speed. But also a great job off to the Musselman's pitcher. He threw a great game. We had barely any hits. Our offense was kind of weak today. But overall, it was a good game. It was a pitcher's duel, and I'm happy with our team, especially Sammy Roberts in the last inning driving me in, which was good to get that extra security run.
All right. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Griffin. And once again, our player of the game will take our first break here on the Palace Lounge post-game show. When we come back, we'll get you the game stats. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Pilot and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Ridgeline, CR-V, or Passport. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
On the Palace Lounge post-game show, we'll get into the game stats brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Not much to talk about on the Musselman side of things in terms of hits. Just one hit, and it came from Trenton Wolf. It was a single, and it driven in the run. They don't have it officially here on Game Changer as an RBI, but we had thought it was an RBI on that single he had to drive in the run. As a team, Musselman goes 1 for 22 at the plate, 3 walks, struck out 8 times. Baden Hartman threw a solid game, a really good game. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. But unfortunately didn't get the run support for him to get a win, so he gets the loss. On the Jefferson side of things, Bailey goes 1 for 3 at the dish. Hefner drives in a run. Horowitz 1 for 3. Roberts 2 for 3 with an RBI. And Kinsler 1 for 1 at the plate. 5 for 22 as a team was Jefferson. 3 runs. 2 were driven in. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Griffin Horowitz goes 7 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. And those were your game stats. And as we mentioned, Horowitz was our player of the game tonight. Tripp, any final thoughts on this one?
I don't really know. I mean, I think we started right on 6 o'clock on the dot, and I believe we finished up by easily, 7:30? So, I mean, hour and a half baseball game tells you how well both teams played, how well both pitchers threw. You know, the umpire just seemed to have a little bit of a hitter or a pitcher strike zone, at times. But, that's something you adjust to. But, the grain, kept the ground balls down a little bit, a little easier to handle. We did see a couple of throws get away, but we knew Jefferson coming here, and in the very famous words, we know who they are. They are who we thought they were. They are going to take advantage of any, mistake on your side, mental error, any way the ball bounces in their favor. They're going to take advantage of that, and that's what happened tonight. But you heard Coach Lowry in the postgame say Musselman's the real deal. I mean, if they got 2 other pitchers that can throw like that, they're going to be really tough to beat in sectionals when, a one-trick pony team, as we've seen last year when Washington came in lame and a lot of pitchers were hurt with Reed and a few others, and they were trying to get out of sectionals with one pitcher, and Stottlemyer's, he gassed kind of late in that 3rd game. The trick to winning sectionals is not having the best pitcher, but having the best staff. And they're going to really, I think, go deep into the sectional tournament and give some teams some problems. And I think we're going to see a really good game Friday night that's going to show us what sectionals are going to be all about when Caleb Edwards more than likely pitches for Martinburg against Dylan Stevens from Musselman. And I think that at that point, we can maybe at that point see who possibly figure out who the best, who the top seed is in that section, not necessarily the region, as it looks like Jefferson, is pretty close to wrapping up the top seed there with the 2 and the 3 section. I mean, the 2 and the 3 with the Washington, Musselman, and Martinsburg still fighting for that spot, and that's big, being 2 or 4. So I think you're going to see some exciting baseball tomorrow with Martinsburg and Washington. I think you're going to see some really exciting baseball, Friday with Martinsburg and Musselman. So some really good games coming up this week. Very exciting. People tune in, and they're going to see some great baseball in the EPAC.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that game tomorrow is now the Washington-Martinsburg game at 4:30, opposed to originally we had East Hardy-Hedgesville, but this late in the year, that EPAC game is just more important overall, and that was a rescheduled game, so we are able to fit it into our schedule now. So apologize to Hedgesville fans, but we won't have that game for you. And
I just think that this particular game is going to have a very strong outcome, or the outcome is going to have a very strong standings in how they end up, in that EPAC sectional. And these games here are going to be very fresh in the voters' minds, this week as they vote next Tuesday. I'm not really hip on the fact that they're going to vote prior to the final Martinsburg-Musselman game. Maybe they could delay it or something, but have you there. But to have an EPAC game that's not going to be considered, to me, is not really fair to either team. But I'm not sure how that's set up, and I don't have much to say about that other than just from a fan's perspective. You'd like to see everyone have the exact same opportunity, but to have one game left out of that. So that's why you see in Martinsburg, Washington try to get this game in. They have to get it in. Martinsburg, lost to Washington at one point. Washington's had a loss here and there, lost to Musselman. So they want to play. They want to show that we deserve those standings and we deserve those votes. So it's going to be exciting, and it's getting to be down to real baseball time here.
Yeah, it's going to be a great week here, and, of course, sectional play coming up as well. So Jefferson gets the win tonight, though, over Musselman 3-1. The Cougars improved to 22-3 on the season. Appleman fall to 13-7. That does it for us. For Avery Newport, back in the studio, Donald Kinney, Spencer Dupuis, Trip Tobin. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay tuned. Avery is next, though, with the scoreboard show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Talk Radio WRNR studios here in Martinsburg. My name is Avery Newport, and it's time now for the Modern Realty Results post-game scoreboard show. And it's brought to you by Modern Realty Results. Larry DeMarco and his experienced team handle each and every transaction with honesty and integrity. Go to modernrealtyresults.com for more. Once again, my name is Avery Newport. If you just tuned in, you saw Jefferson take down Musselman 3-1, the final score there for the Cougars to win at home over the Applemen. Tomorrow night on Talk Radio WRNR, our originally scheduled game of East Hardy and Hedgesville has now been switched out for this rescheduled Washington and Martinsburg game. That game will begin at 4:30 with pregame coverage starting at 4:10 right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. So once again, Hedgesville game has been swapped out in favor of the Martinsburg and Washington rescheduled game tomorrow. That game will start at 4:30. Now let's take a look at some scores from the professional world. We'll start first with the NBA. Some playoff games in action tonight, 3 of them to be exact, 2 of which have gotten underway here already. With about 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter down in South Beach, the Hawks have a 6-point lead over the top-seeded Miami Heat. 34-28 is the score right now. Miami leads that series 3-1, potential clincher there for the Heat. And then with about 4 minutes to go in the first quarter in Memphis, the Grizzlies trail by 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, 19-18 there early. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. Then at 10 o'clock later tonight on TNT, the Pelicans will be back in Phoenix to take on the top-seeded Suns. Another series there tied at 2 games all. So 3 games on tonight in the NBA playoffs. Now let's switch gears and talk some baseball. In MLB today, lots of games going on. No games have concluded yet, but lots are in action as we speak. In the bottom of the 4th, the Brewers have a close 1-run lead over the Pirates 2-1. The Padres are dominating the Cincinnati Reds, who have struggled to start this season. At the top of the 4th, they lead 9-1. In the bottom of the 4th inning, another big lead here for a road team. The Mariners lead the Rays 7-0. They have more runs than hits so far. At the bottom of 4 innings in Philly, the Phillies have a 3-0 lead over the Colorado Rockies. At the bottom of 3, the Orioles and Yankees are scoreless there in Yankee Stadium. Also through 3 innings, the Nationals and the Marlins have yet to score any runs. Also in the bottom of the 3rd in Toronto, the Red Sox and Blue Jays are also scoreless. So not a lot of offense here today around baseball, and that sentiment remains true for the Southsiders, the White Sox and Royals. Again, scoreless at 0 there in the middle of the 3rd inning. At the top of the 3rd inning, the Cubs and the Braves are tied at 1 run apiece. At the end of 1, the Tigers and Twins are scoreless. At the bottom of 1, the Cardinals and Mets have yet to score any runs as well. So those are the games that are currently in action right now across Major League Baseball. A couple of games have yet to get underway. At 8:05, coming up here shortly, the Rangers will host the Houston Astros. At 9:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Angels will host the Cleveland Guardians. And at 9:40, an NL West rivalry series begins as the Diamondbacks host the LA Dodgers, who have gotten off to a great start this year. And then at 9:45, it's the Battle of the Bay as the 12-5 Giants host the 9-8 Oakland Athletics. And that's your Major League Baseball roundup for today, April 26th. Now let's switch gears and talk some hockey. In the NHL, lots of games on the docket this evening. At the end of the first period, the Panthers and Bruins, 2 playoff teams there in the East, are tied at 2. At the end of 1, the Senators lead the Devils 1-0. Also at the end of 1, the Lightning have a 2-1 lead over the Columbus Blue Jackets, excuse me, I can't talk right now. Over at the in New York, the Rangers and Hurricanes have yet to score any goals at the end of 1. At the end of the first period, the Oilers have a 1-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Penguins. And at the end of 1, the Islanders and Capitals are knotted up at 1 goal apiece. And if you're listening on Talk Radio WRNR, stay tuned, folks. We'll be switching to coverage of Washington Capitals hockey right after I'm done here at the post-game scoreboard show. So we will get you over to that game in a short minute. At the end of 1, the Maple Leafs and Red Wings are scoreless. And those are all the games in hockey that have gotten underway so far. There are a few games that have yet to start. At 8 p.m., the Flames will travel to Nashville to play the Predators. Also at 8 on ESPN Plus, the Coyotes will travel to Minnesota to take on the Wild. At 8:30, it's a battle of two potential playoff teams here as the Golden Knights will take on the Dallas Stars. At 9:30 on ESPN, it's a battle of two of the best teams in the Western Conference. The Avalanche hosts the St. Louis Blues. At 10 p.m. on ESPN Plus, the Canucks will host the Seattle Kraken. And at 10:30, it's the Sharks and the Ducks in a battle of California teams. So there you go. Those are all your scores across the professional world today. And that will conclude the Modern Realty Results Scoreboard show. Once again, tomorrow we will not have coverage of East Hardy and Hedgesville, as instead we will be covering the Washington and Martinsburg rescheduled game. Pregame coverage will start for us at 4:10 p.m., and first pitch is scheduled for 4:30. So stay tuned if you're listening on radio. We'll be switching you over to coverage of Washington Capitals hockey as they take on the Islanders. My name is Avery Newport. Thank you all so much for watching today's broadcast of EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. If you're listening on radio, we'll get you now to coverage of Capitals hockey.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Modern Realty Results, and the Skinner Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.